Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hypergamous Journey. At this channel, we discuss dating advice for mature women who want to partner and or marry a man of a higher social and economic level. This is maybe you could say a part 3 of my story time with the gentleman who I call old time player or old school player. So he called me yesterday, and it had been a week since I told him I was no longer wanting to see him because it didn't feel right. I didn't think it was a good match. And so yesterday he called me wanting to know why. So this is a week after I told him that it wasn't a match and it didn't feel right and feel good to me for us to continue. So he continued to ask why and wanted to know, was it something he said? Was it something he did? And so I held my position that it was just a feeling for me, that it wasn't anything in particular. And you know, as my female subscribers, you know that a lot of times it's not anything in particular, but it's a general feeling that we get when we are feeling like this is not going to work. And so, you know, he had given me some gifts. I didn't ask for them, and he didn't ask for the gifts back, but I was prepared to mail them to him if he wanted them back. And he had given me the $200 gift card, so all of that was spent. But I was willing to give him the receipts for the items and send what I bought back to him if it wasn't really too much to do that, too much money to send the items back, because by this time I don't want to, you know, see him in person. But he didn't ask for the items, but I was prepared because I'm not going to fight and be angry with a man who wants his gifts back. And that would just confirm that I did the right thing. But he didn't do that. But what he did proceed to do was try to badger me into giving him specific reasons. And he said, well, Denise, you know, I tried to treat you like a queen, and you said you wanted to be treated like a queen. Well, I never said that. That was his words. You know, I'm going to treat you like a queen. So he equated with giving me gifts with treating me like a queen. And that is kind and gracious of him. But that's not the only thing to being treated like a queen, is gifts. So he said, and then he brought up the women that he was looking at, and he said he wasn't gawking and staring at them. So he had a lot of bass in his voice. Like he was just upset that I would let him go without giving him a reason. And so as he proceeded to try to badger the specific reasons out of me, which he wasn't successful at doing, I realized that I did the right thing by letting him go, because a man full of confidence in himself, the men that I usually date, if I say it's not a good fit, they just say, okay, and go on to the next one, because usually they probably have a roster of women that they can go to, and I was just a new addition. But the fact that he was badgering me and wanting to know the specific reasons was a little bit baffling to me as to why he would want to badger me into giving him specific reasons as to why I didn't think it was a good fit, when in reality, it wasn't anything in particular, but, you know, a few things, you know, and just because I say those few things, it's still in some people's mind, other women's minds, well, that's not a big deal. But like I said, I go on how I feel, because a lot of times we as women, if we are in tune with our intuition, we can't put our finger on it. We can't say because number 1, you did this, number 2, you said that, number 3, you did this, and number 4, you did that. It's a combination of things. And a lot of times it's just what we feel. It's like, I feel this is not going to be a good fit because he's doing this, he's doing that. But overall, take a different man doing the same things, And we don't have that feeling that it's not going to work. We'll say, we'll give it some more time and say, well, maybe if I say something about my feelings about this, he will get that under control and check that. And see, this is another thing too I want to bring to your attention, ladies, is that when you tell a man that you just met that something that he didn't make you feel good, and this is what I say now, I say, it doesn't make me feel good. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel good. If you as a woman tell a man you just met or getting to know that what he did, a behavior that he did does not make you feel good, and he proceeds to justify, minimize, defend his behavior, red flag. Because a man who you just met, who is trying to get to know you, is not going to defend his behavior to the end. It's either do or die. He's not going to defend his behavior. Well, he will say, or something along the lines is, oh, I didn't mean to offend you. Okay, I'll keep that in mind and I'll be aware of that, or something along those lines. He's not going to defend to the end his behavior. He's going to make a mental note that you told him he didn't like that. And if he's really interested in you, he's going to try not to do that behavior again. Try. It might take him 3 or 4 times to get it right. But what I've discovered when I tell men that I don't like a particular behavior and they really like me and really want to get to know me, they make a mental note of the behavior. They explain their position, but they don't defend to the death their position. They explain. They make a mental note. And I have literally seen them struggle not to do the thing that I said I didn't like. Okay, the example was looking at other women in a disrespectful manner, because it's not that you're looking at women, it's that you're doing it in a disrespectful manner. So I've told him that. He didn't defend it. He said, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And then that's the end of it. And so we go someplace and then you see him do like this and then he catches himself. You can appreciate a man who's doing that. He catches, he's like, oh, my bad. And he catches himself and you see him trying to make the change, and you can appreciate that. And if you want to, you can make note and compliment on his behavior and him trying, and that you recognize it and thank you so much, or you can just let it go and let him deal with it. But that's what I'm used to with men, that they like what I have, that I brought something to their attention. They don't defend it to the end and to the death. They apologize and then they try to do better and remember that that's something that I don't like, because they want to get to know me, because they like me, because they want to please me. Those are the men that you want. And anything else is red flag material to remember and hold in the back of your mind. So that's my update with the gentleman, part 3. If you like this video or any of my others, please like, subscribe, share. And don't forget, I have the affirmation journals on Amazon. Check them out under the Hypergamous Journey. And lastly, I have the dating guide. If you would like help getting started dating again, email me at thehypergamisjourney@gmail.com. And I will gladly send you this free dating guide just to help you get started in case you're having trouble and you're feeling stuck. Talk to you in the next video, or see you in the next video. Bye.